No, they hated me long before they ever hated you. Oh, we're live now. Yeah. No, they hated me long before they ever hated you. John 15:18 says that. So if the world hates me for loving you, I'm okay with that. I might not like your trifling ass. I might not like what you stand for. I might not like the fact that you don't stand up for shit, but I still love you. Humanity is loving all of God's children. You damn right. We love all of the babies. We love everybody, but we don't agree or like any of the shit some of y'all be doing. And we're going to be very clear about that. We don't tell you who to vote for. We might tell you how to vote, but I'm not going to be out here telling you who the fuck to vote for. I'm not going to tell you to go out there and vote for Kamala. I'm not going to tell you to go out there and vote for Trump. I'm going to tell you what I heard and what you need to know about. I heard Kamala was a cop. We're not anti-law enforcement, but sometimes it be, come on now, the police need to get it together. I don't know much about Trump, but I know Trump said he's going to give police officers, if he's elected, qualified immunity. Qualified immunity, which means the police will be able to go and do whatever the hell they want. And we do know how policing came about in this country from slave patrols. Capturing us, capturing Negroes, coloreds, African Americans, niggas, and taking them back to the plantation, back to the slave master. That's how the whole shit started. You want to know who started this gangster shit? The government started this gangster shit. Police, law enforcement, the largest, most funded gang in American history. You don't believe me? Google it. Don't believe me? Go ahead, Google it. I'm the crazy brother. Remember, Google this shit. Over 1 million officers patrol the streets every single day in America. There are over 1,000 police agencies. 1,000. You can have the Vice Lords, you can have the Crips, you can have the GDs, you got the Bloods, you can have the MS-13s, all the different gangs, but there ain't nothing compared to the motherfucking U.S. Marshals, the FBI, the DEA, the CIA, the Border Patrol, the Highway Patrol, the BART agencies, the Light Rail Patrol. There's so many damn cops. That gang is larger and more funded and more militarized than you would ever imagine. Militarized. Which means they plot, plan, mobilize, organize, strategize, centralize, and weaponize. We have been weaponized. So since we have not weaponized, we have no tools, we have no uniform ready for battle. So now it's like a bunch of Indians on the field dealing with a bunch of cowboys. And we all know what happened to the Indians. Mm-hmm. Hello. Don't get mad at me. Don't get mad at me. Because I'm anti-oppression. Don't get mad at me because I'm anti putting black folks in chokeholds and killing them like they did Eric Garner, because Eric Garner's birthday was just yesterday. Eric Garner's birthday was just the other day. Nobody's talking about the life and legacy of Eric Garner, who was assassinated by Officer Daniel Pantaleo for selling cigarettes in front of a store. He wasn't even selling cigarettes. He was breaking up a fight. Eric Garner was breaking up a fight in front of a store. The officers came in and harassed him. Eric Garner was seen putting his hands up saying, "Why y'all always messing with me? Quit fucking with me all the time." He was heard saying that. Next thing you know, that Daniel Pantaleo put Eric Garner in an illegal chokehold, choking him out in front of a store on the sidewalk in Staten Island, choked Eric Garner out to death. After he choked him out, the officer was not charged. The officer was not convicted. And it took 5 years for those cops to fire the killer. Look, I'm spitting everywhere. I'm so pissed the fuck off. It took the officers 5 years for them to fire the killer of Eric Garner. And the officer still has not been charged or convicted. And it was 5 years. And in that 5 years that they took that brother's life, his daughter, Erica Garner, who went out there fighting for her father tirelessly, who went out there putting it all for her father, died of a broken heart fighting for her daddy, Eric Garner. Until this day, the family got no justice or accountability. And y'all want to be quiet? You want to be silent? Look what happened to Sonia Massey. You don't hear nobody talking about Sonia Massey. What happened about Sonia Massey? Black woman shot and assassinated in her own home. In her own home. And it's not just black folks, It's our Hispanic family. What about Valentina Maria Peralta? Valentina Peralta. Valentina was shopping at 14 years old, went to a Burlington coat factory, shopping, trying on Christmas dresses. 3 days before Christmas, she was trying on Christmas dresses. The LAPD came in the Burlington coat factory with AR-15s, allegedly looking for some suspect who was out there who's beating people up. Went in there shooting the AR-15s, killed Valentina Peralta 3 days before Christmas in the dressing room while she was trying on dresses. She died in her mother's arms. She left Chile to come to America for a better life, ended up being assassinated on the goddamn floor of a shopping market. We don't forget. We don't forget. But we do more harm than we do justice if we are more quiet and more moderate about these situations. We cannot be quiet or moderate about shit. You can't be in the middle. You cannot be in the middle. Too many folks are in the middle. And Dr. King warned us about you type of people. He said the problem with the more moderate folk is that y'all more concerned with order rather than justice. When are we going to be concerned with justice rather than order? We are sick and tired of being sick and tired. We are in a, look at the numbers in the back. You probably can't see it, but they're staggering. It's the federal line between poverty and homelessness and race and death and all that shit. And black folk are number one.
Yeah, and everywhere.
And I'm
on the bottom.
Number one. Bottom. And sorry, I get a little passionate sometimes, but I'm thinking about all these people we lost. I'm thinking about Tamir Rice, who was at a recreation center playing. And within 12 seconds, officers jumped out the car and shot that little 12-year-old boy, assassinating him. Didn't even stop the car before they killed him. Didn't even stop the car. Didn't even stop the car before they hopped out and assassinated little Tamir Rice. I'm thinking about Breonna Taylor, who's sleeping. Asleep. Sleeping. Sleep. Woke up to gunshots all throughout the motherfucking house. So many gunshots that they were shooting inside the goddamn neighbor's house. Even bullets ricocheting to the neighbor's house. Bullets ricocheting off the walls, killing our dear sister. Then charging the boyfriend with her murder. For illegal no-knock raid. Charging the boyfriend with the murder. I'm thinking about Mike Brown. Assassinated for nothing. Left in the middle of the street for hours. Hours, like a dog. I'm thinking about Trayvon Martin, whose killer is still going around the country signing skills and motherfucking Ice-T. No justice, no accountability, no nothing. I think about George Floyd that we seem to forgot about. Yes, George Floyd's killer has been thrown under the goddamn jail. Yes, he's getting what he deserves. But George Floyd Justice and Policing Act has not passed. You cannot honor the life and legacy of George Floyd and then not sign policy and legislation that will prevent us from having another George Floyd. You damn near part of the problem. You are part of the problem. I'm thinking about Tyree Nichols, who was beat to death by over 5. His trial's going on right now. Beat to death by over 5 black men damn near blocks away from where Dr. King was assassinated while he called for mama another blocks away. Black man beat to death by black folk. After we done fought so hard for y'all to get them badges. And you want to it was a black cop that killed Stephon Clark in his grandmama's backyard. Now, Sister Gates, you said they probably covered up your Uncle Winston Smith murder. Well, police lie all the time. Police lie all the fucking time. All the fucking time. Don't believe just because they got a badge, they supposed to have some type of integrity and shit. Police lie all the time. Be very mindful of that. And know that I'm not, like I said, anti-law enforcement. But if there's 1,300 good cops, and 12 bad cops. And those 1,300 good cops don't say shit about those 12 bad cops. You got 1,312 bad cops because your silence is compliance. And children watching, young folks, anybody watching, I don't want no problems with nobody. Everybody love everybody. Everybody love everybody. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. Shout out to Shaka Bars for tuning in. Shaka, our guy, the GOAT. Shaka doing a lot for everybody all around the world. We love you, brother. I just want to say, I just want to add this, though. For all the kids watching, the message is this. If you want to get away with murder in America, become a cop. That's the message these cops are they're sending. If you want to get away with murder in these United States, join Sacramento Police Department. Because obviously, all you got to do is mute your body camera. All you got to do is violate the foot pursuit policy. All you got to do is go out there and get a black chief who don't stand for shit, and they get mad at me for talking about Danny Boy. Look, I'm not anti-law enforcement, and I'm not anti-black chiefs either. I love everybody, but true leaders hold accountability and delegate responsibility. True leaders. If you motherfucking work at Apple or Tesla and you're being discriminated against the co-workers and employees there, the motherfucker who started this racist ass work environment need to be held accountable. That goes the same for Danny Boy, who now works for the Sacramento Kings as the chief of security, which is fucking crazy. And I know everybody want to be politically correct and right and all this shit. I don't give a damn. You can't cancel me. But you can't. I came in the game canceled. I'm already canceled. I don't give a fuck about being canceled. I'm canceled already. I want to serve. I want to help. I want to do what's right. I want to do what God want me to do. And as long as I'm doing what God want me to do, whoever be against me, I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn. That's not my concern. My concern is what the leaders are doing and what the fuck is going on in our community to our babies, so that we can prevent what happened to my brother, but prevent me from being all out here doing all this shit. I know y'all sick of seeing me. Well, goddamn it, stop the community violence. Stop the police brutality. Let's get our fucking housing justice, food justice, economic justice, our reparations, our quality of life. And then you never got to see me or hear from me again. I'll go away, I swear to you. Treat us right and I will go away peacefully. But if you keep treating us like shit, I'm going to keep talking on this shit. I'm going to keep talking this shit. Because it's the necessary shit that needs to be talked about. It's the necessary shit that needs to be spoken about. It's necessary work that we need to be doing. If we're not doing the work, we're failing our people. I love everybody that's out there doing the work. But if we're not collectively doing the work, Zion's doing the work. So you don't want to support me because you don't like me. I'm too loud. I'm too, I don't know, whatever. Support Zion. Support a black woman. Support Shaka. Support anybody else. Don't support me, but support somebody.
Black businesses.
Support black business. Don't make look. Like I said, I love everybody. Reparations is big on our list. Equity is big on our list. Zion always talks about equity. Shout out to Betty Williams. Betty Williams always does the work. She invited me to a watch party that she didn't even show up to. But I love you still, Betty. I'm playing. Nah, Betty Williams is doing a lot of work. If you don't want to support me, support Betty Williams, the NCCR. Support Betty Williams. Betty Williams is doing the work constantly and consecutively. Support people that are doing the work because that's the way we get things done as a community. I want to be able to give artists a platform. The young artists that are performers and rappers and entertainers, make sure you reach out to me so we can get you guys on these stages. Because I believe the artists and the musicians and entertainers have all the influence. Nobody's looking at Stevante Clark saying, hey, I want to be an activist. I want to be my brother's keeper. I want to fight for justice and accountability. I want to get thrown in jail, thrown in institutions, get canceled, kicked out of churches, and get talked about by the entire community. Nobody wants to go through what I've been through. I wouldn't want these shoes on my worst enemy. I wouldn't wish these shoes on my worst enemy. At the same time, we have to make sure that we're doing our jobs as advocates, activists, whatever, community, whatever, to give these young folks a platform. These young folks need a voice. They need a stage. They need support. And I'm sick of us leaders not supporting these young folks out here. These young comedians, these young promoters, these young rappers, these young vendors, these young entrepreneurs. We got to support these young folks. Because if it wasn't for the blood of Stephon Clark, I wouldn't be where I'm at. I wouldn't. Some of y'all so woke you need a nap. You can't even relate to your people because you're not even out. I get it. Sometimes I'm not culturally competent. I'm not in the community like I used to be. Post Stephon. I can admit that. But we talking about us. We. And watch out for we's. Because people come in the we and that don't mean no good. But we need to look out for the youth. We need to look out for our community. Well, I can't just be my brother's keeper. We all need to be our brother's keepers. Enough is enough. Every week, we are back with the same conversation. They're killing black women like never before. Like never before. Black men are still under attack. This is not new. Not at all. We coming together still has yet to be done. I mean, I get it. We came together under Dr. King. We came together when it came to vote for Barack Obama. Shit, we might even come together to put Kamala Harris in office. Some of y'all might come together just to keep Trump out of office. But it don't matter who in that White House. It's the White House for a reason. They are just in there to pretty much govern over what the White House wants. They don't make nothing. These politicians don't do shit. Look at the community. Look. Look at the state of America. Look at the migrant crisis. Look at the division. Look at the stealing, the looting in all these stores and shit. Look at the jails. This is why Dr. King said his dream is a nightmare. Look at the dream turned to a nightmare. Look at this shit. Marching with no progress is not progress. Kamala Harris is not the answer.
Policies.
I heard Yvette said that. That's just somebody Yvette just wrote. Let me show this. She said, marching with no progress is not progress. Kamala Harris is not the answer. None of these elected officials and politicians are the answer. Yvette, you got to be the answer. We can't look at them to be the answer. We got to be the answer. We can't depend on nobody to be the answer. Nobody's saying Kamala Harris is the answer. Ain't nobody in that White House is the answer. We got to be the answer. Yvette, it means you calling up Zion, calling up Mr. Clark, calling up Betty Williams and saying, what the hell can we do? What do we need to be doing? We're doing it now. We need our own political parties. We need our own political parties. I've been saying that for generations. We need our own de-escalation tactical teams. I've been saying that for generations. We need our own restoration teams. I've been saying that for generations. Stephon House is not enough. We need more Stephon Houses. I've been saying that for generations. So thank you, Yvette, for that. Sorry, I get a little passionate. But passion without direction is chaos. You know? And my passion is directed. It's not just saying somebody ain't no answer. My passion ain't just saying we need reparations. My passion is, okay, what policy and legislation is going to get us there? What policy and legislation do we need to have ready for Kamala Harris to sign as soon as she's elected in office?
That's right.
Huh?
Yeah.
Hello?
Mm-hmm.
Hello?
What policy?
So, I know I'm not the most popular guy. At the same time, it's not about being popular. It's about doing the necessary work to prevent Breonna Taylor's, Stephon's, George Floyd's, Tyree Nichols, and Tatiana Jefferson's, Valentina Peralta's forever, ever happening again. That is the work in the policy and legislation and the organizing, the mobilizing, and the plot planning, and all that we need to do, focus on that. How do we get Stavante out of business? Put me out of business. We got somebody trying to be a guest. Let me see if we can log you in, sister. Voice went out. We got some guests. I think somebody trying to come in. Okay. Well, sorry, sister. Oh, there we go. How you doing, sister? Thank you for joining our conversation with Mr. Clark. Yes, ma'am. Not much. What's going on with you? What's the name of your book, sister? Where can we find the book at? On Amazon. And what's the name of that book again? Arming Christian Girls with Tools for Real Life. That's on Amazon. And that's by the author's name. What's your name, sister? It's by Wonderful S. Davidson. Y'all go to Sister Wonderful S. Davidson. Y'all go get her book. It's an Army for Christian Girls. We're trying to help the young girls out here that's doing the work. Thank you, Sister Davidson, for coming in this live, sharing us and plugging your book. We'll make sure we go out there on Amazon, support Black women, support our elders, support our sisters, support these young girls so they can support as well. So thank you, sister. We love you, Sister Wonderful, and thank you for joining this live. You have a good evening now, all right? All right now. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. We got to support our sisters. And you know I love our sisters. Jeffrey saying, help, please, need your help. And my cousin Rachel. Call in, Jeffrey, and we'll see if we can help you.
Yeah, so many people need some help.
Yeah. You want to speak on that?
Yeah, so many mothers. I know, you're talking about policy legislation change. Like Yvette said, we can march all day, every day, but if they don't change the policy and invest in our community, no change. They make us accountable when nobody is making them accountable. They're killing our kids instead of investing in our kids and kids. So we need to make the government accountable, because the state, the county, and the city, they're not investing in our community, but they're showing, as you see, where we are as a Black community, the state, we are on the bottom when it comes to housing. We are 30% in
you live?
poverty.
Can you hear me? Okay, what's going on? Okay. Okay. Come on now. Yes. Okay. Well, as soon as I get off this live, you make sure you send me all your information, and then whatever you need, I'm gonna try to make sure, or whatever resources we can get you plugged in with, we'll make sure that we serve you justice. You hear me, sister? As soon as I log out, as soon as I get off this live, you send me a DM and my messages, and whatever we could do to help, we're going to support you. All right. All right. Send me a direct message. All right. All right. Thank you, sister. Yeah, have a good one now. No, thank you. I appreciate that. Okay. Well, we'll make sure we be in contact now. We tapped in for life now. God bless you. Yes, ma'am. Thank you for that. All right.
Yeah, so many mothers go through a lot because they lose their child, whether community violence, police violence, now mental health, drug overdose, or so much stuff going on, especially in our youth. And I think that the government is just putting it under the rug, and instead of investing in our community, investing on the youth. Where is the money? If they don't put the money into their mouth, and instead they actually make money off our community by putting them in the pipeline. No education, no ownership, no businesses. Right now, in fact, we are 3% only in Sacramento, in California, in business, where we have 65% of a white community in business.
So sad. So sad.
And then we are in poverty. And they still come after us and harass us and kill our kids.
So sad.
It's just got to stop.
It's fucked up.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at a comment by Coley Gates. He's saying people need to leave their homes, march for justice, all the family, even though it's not our family that's hurting. Yes, everybody needs to show up in solidarity. It's okay to peacefully protest and be nonviolent. We're all for that. I've been here for 30 minutes now, and my 30 minutes is an hour now. So I would thank you all for joining us. I was on here earlier, but I thought I hit the live button, but I didn't, so I wasn't live the whole time. But I want to thank all you guys for joining us. Passion without direction is chaos. Passion with direction is purpose. We have a SAC 6 here that we live by. Our SAC 6 are actual items for after the protest. Number one is bridge the gap between law enforcement and community. Before we do that, we must bridge the gap between community and community. Okay? We must bridge the gap between each other. Can't bridge the gap between nobody else if we don't come together within each other. Unity in our communities. Number two is to inform and educate on policy and legislative change. The word inform means to give facts. The word educate means to give moral, social, intellectual instruction. We must inform and educate on policy and legislative change, which is legacy on paper. That's number two of our SAC 6. Number three is to provide resources and healing spaces for those in our community. Provide resources and healing spaces. But pretty much that means, give a man a fish sheet for a day, teach him how to use the internet, he might never call you back. Also, what that means is you cannot have solidarity without organization. You cannot have information without understanding. You cannot have transparency without accountability. Like you cannot have the resources without the healing spaces. Number four in our SAC is commemorate the life and legacy of Stephon Clark. When you say Stephon Clark, you say Breonna Taylor, Tyree Nichols, Ahmaud Arbery, Tatiana Jefferson's, Valentina Peralta. You say all those names. You commemorate those lives so that way Stephon's house, Stephon's law, the murals, so their names will live in a positive life for generations long after you and I left this earth. The media is, Malcolm X says something. He says the media is the most powerful entity on earth because they have the power to make the innocent look guilty and the guilty look innocent. So if we don't humanize our loved ones, who the hell will? Winston Smith. We got to humanize Winston Smith. Number five of our SAC 6 is very important. It's receive recommendations from you, the people, on how to prevent Stephon's, Eric Garner's, Winston Smith's, Tyree Nichols, Brown Touch from ever happening again. We don't have the answers. We need your help. We need your support. We need your call to action. We need your SAC 6. We need your recommendations. If we don't have your recommendations, how can we get the work done? We can't do it by ourselves. We can't do it just us. We need you. We need the people. Unity in the community. Too many neighbors, not enough neighbors. It's us. It takes a village, a village, a village. Number 6 of our SAC 6, John 15:12 says, love each other as I love you. Skip down to John 15:18. He says, the world hates you. Know they hated me long before they ever hated you. Our golden gospel, our golden rule, our golden message, spread the gospel of love. Everybody love everybody.
And that's the story.
And we're sticking to it.
Yes.
And thank you guys for joining us. I know Drummer Cat just arrived, so I wanted to make sure I end before she comes in. But thank you all so much for joining us.
And
Get involved. Make sure you support Sheba's Cafe. Support Zion Utopia. Support Queen Sheba.
Make your government accountable.
Support
right now
everything.
the reparation.
But also support I Am SAC Foundation.
Yes. Support nonprofits. Support entrepreneurs.
Don't support just any nonprofit.
Yeah.
Because sometimes they come and they say they're a nonprofit and they helping the people and they stealing from the folks. They're robbing the folks and nothing get down for our community. The community's fucked up still. Because the nonprofits trying to get money and funds and keep from the people. They don't want to help the people. So make sure you watch out. Check background check everybody. You got to background check everybody. You can't trust too much no more. People are not to be trusted anymore. You got to background check and fact check everything these days. So that's all I want to end on. Like I said, everybody love everybody. We got to love our entrepreneurs, but you can't just support everybody's business, damn it. You got to make sure what businesses you support. It's like everybody church you go to. Depending on what pastor you go to will determine whether you go to heaven or hell. So you better watch out who feeding you, who teaching you, who serving you, who you giving your money to, because you think you're giving 10 cents a day to help a starving kid in Africa, and the money never gets there. So you're wasting your fucking time, wasting your money, the whole shit. So everybody love everybody, but but y'all mean you gotta like their asses, or you gotta like anything they do. I don't like a lot of people. Okay, but I love them still because John 15:12 says, "Love each other as I loved you." That is his greatest commandment. If you skip down to John 15:18, he says, if the world hates you, know they hated me long before they ever hated you. So they're going to hate you, whether you love. I love everybody. Even people that don't love me, I still love you, So we love everybody, but that don't mean you can love people from a distance. Love their ass from a distance. Okay, bam. Everybody love everybody, though. That's our story. We're sticking to it. Thank you all for joining on the I Am SAC Foundation. It's Devontae, Facebook, Zion Utopia, Zion Sheba's Cafe. Make sure y'all support Queen Sheba. That's the best Ethiopian food in all of California. I love the best Ethiopian food. Sheba's Cafe, the best Ethiopian coffee in the whole world. Make sure you support those two businesses. Whatever. Zion Utopia podcast. Make sure y'all keep supporting the podcast because what I love about the Zion Utopia podcast is she has a lot of our impacted mothers on here. So let's make sure we keep giving her support because without the Zion Utopia podcast, a lot of these mothers wouldn't even have a platform to talk about their child. So everybody love everybody.
That's right.
Support us and make sure you keep fighting for reparations.
Absolutely.
Thank you.